Welcome back to Let's Play Zelda Classics Stranded. I am Nitro6003. Today we take out the boomerang pit. Make sure you bring some enemy bait into this place. Make sure you have the boomerang, which you kind of need to get here anyway. But make sure you have the white sword. And yeah, so we're gonna just start off by going up. Now this screen is really interesting with these orange dark nuts because there's instant enemy respawn in here. Now luckily we have the white sword now, and it'll just make this much easier. So so we're gonna go to the right. Going up is just a message string. Yeah, these guys do 1.5 hearts of damage right now. But these are Stalfos 3s, and their normal damage is 6 hearts. So I think that's one of the reasons. So they thankfully have been nerfed because you don't even have 6 hearts right now. So that's how you get rid of the Goma statue. And luckily, there's a water here to deal with these blue dark nuts. And I think that I picked up bombs there. Now, these guys have not been nerfed in any way, I don't think. So we're going to continue on up. And you got to be careful in this room here because you got a homing Garaya. Last time you didn't have a boomerang. So in here you want to go to the left first. We'll be coming back later. So this is one of the reasons you need although you could jump over this one, I guess. And luckily these guys drop health for you. And pretty frequently, too. And you want to make sure you pick up this key. And now you're back in this room, so now you're going to go to the left. And, this room here is quite interesting because it's the block you need to push is on the other side. So what you have to do is use your ladder. Oops, don't do that. Use your ladder and then jump across. And then teleport here. Luckily, these guys drop refills for you. Now, we're going to hold off on those bombs right now. Now, this is an actual not a terrible room for you. You know, the Garayas are all kind of in one place. And just continue following it down. Now I don't know why they're not coming out, but there are wall masters in this room. Come on. There's one. And you'll know when you kill them all, because the door won't open until you do. And here you have another homing Garaya. And there's more than one rupee here. So you want to continue down. And there's an upgraded bomb bag. And you gotta be really careful with this. you want to kind of jump over stuff and grab the bomb bag that way. I'm gonna let the wall master take me back to the start. All right, so now that we've done that, we can go this way now. And you want to go down first. And just more Stalfos 3s. Yeah, your white sword does not necessarily last very long as a very good weapon. And now you just follow this path here. And I would highly recommend going from the doorway with these guys, with these Stalfoses here. Especially if you don't have sword beams, which right now I don't. And you want to come this way first. And yeah, they keep dropping bombs for you. And that's the hint. It's kind of a little late for that hint. Luckily for sword beams here. And you want to do this first. So let's go back to the start now. Because that's kind of the way we have to go anyway. So just continue following this path here. And I will show you now what's up here. So you want to make sure you have money. Luckily the Dark Nuns don't take a lot of hits at this point anymore. So now you want to just keep walking up. And you have another homing Garaya. We've already seen this one before. But you can actually bomb up here. And there's two ways you can go. Please do not go to the left. There's really nothing in there. But I think like just a whole room full of these guys. And they don't drop anything. So just ignore them. And here you have another green manhandla. And it would help if I had sword beams, but my boomerang, as you remember, damages him, which is really kind of odd. Still in my brain. Still doesn't work. Still doesn't work. And we'll be able to do a lot once we get through this dungeon. And all he does is drop a single heart. And here you have an Aqua Mantis. Another single heart. And a fairy fountain. So just continue following this path here. The dungeon becomes pretty linear once you once you get past the first little bit. So just continue walking here. Careful of the spikes. And so now you're in the corner here. And we want to go up first. Just more simple bat row keys. And you do want to go this way because you pick up the 4-way ladder. And technically you don't need it because the feather really will make the 4-way, actually it makes the ladder kind of useless altogether, because technically speaking you could just jump over things, and you'd hate to get all the way here and know that you needed that key to move those blocks. So make sure you do that. And now it's basically kind of a linear path to the end. Just walk through the walls. There's nothing in here. You know, just keep following through. And then here's another example of the step ladder. And it kind of is, you know, if you've played randomizer and you get the feather early enough, you break the game. You know, in randomizer super, you have to get certain items before you can get the feather. So you just follow this along now. And there's really nothing in that room with the Goriah, so you could just leave them alone if you want. And I don't know why they're dropping arrows. I don't have any way to hold arrows yet. We will get a way to hold arrows, worry you not. So the way you're supposed to do it is do it that way. And here you just have a simple mold orm. And I'm going to pick up another enemy bait following this level. This place here. And they should drop enough refills for you to kind of sustain any damage you may or may not take. And remember, you still have no ring yet. And you want to have the feather for this room, because this room could be quite ugly. First, you want to get rid of the Goriahs, and then worry about everything else afterward. But that, you have the boomerang there as your item. Now, if you're lucky to get a clock, it will make this room kind of trivial. But if you don't, just walk carefully or use your feather. So that is the completed map. The only place I didn't go is that one that I told you guys to avoid. Other than that, now there is something on this screen. And using the spin attack, it really makes things much easier for you. It takes the guesswork out of things. So you're supposed to go back to the village to solve this maze path, but to save some time right now, I'm just going to show you the path. So it's east, north, south, and east. And here, welcome to the town of Kasuto. So we'll spend some time exploring this now. And you'll notice that there's some enemies you can't quite do anything to, but yet they can hurt you, which is interesting. So if you go in here, this guy has barricaded himself in for some reason or another to protect himself from the ghost, I guess. And again, with the amount of grass here, you really should not have too much issues with it. You know, even if you get hit. So this is telling you about the whistle. And there is something burnable on this screen, and it's a heart piece. And it's the same as the other town we were in earlier, where where it's similar to a level. And you've met him. And you are going to take care of that. And yeah, there's plenty of health in here for you. Health, money. Now, they really don't tell you which screen to search, but it's this screen here. Because if you'll notice, there's it'll happen once I open it up. So once you go in here, you'll find the whistle. And yes, the whistle does use magic, so be aware of that. So when you come out, you'll notice that there's like kind of a little up arrow there. And I think that's because of what you found there. So anyways, so just getting some extra money here. Which I will need for the next place anyway. So just continuing on here. And if you notice here, there's a picture of a note. And that leads you to this area. And what do you need the magical boomerang for? To open level 4. The Money Fortress. All right, so join me next time as we take out the Money Fortress. I'm Nitro6003. I'll see you guys all next time.